Peace, family. I'm gonna set up a chart on Tradelocker flat gold style. First, I'm gonna start with my indicators. I want to favorite this stuff. Add two of these to the chart. One moving average exponential. Add the relative strength index. Gonna add a main moving average. Add the Bollinger Bands. This is everything you need. So first, we're gonna set up my ketchup and mustard. Ketchup is 5. Mustard is 13. Pick any shade of red you want. You can always come and change this later. I like to keep the crosses on. I have them on my chart and most people ask me about them. So I keep on the crosses. I choose a pale yellow. That's my preference. You can do the thickness how you want. I like mine at the smallest. I don't want it to overtake the chart, just enough for me to notice it. I always cut these off. I like to keep my charts clean as possible, so it doesn't show all the lines and numbers. I just want to see the indicators. We're going to do our mayo and water. Water is 50, mayo is 200. Changes to our water and mayo. This is our preference. It's optional to do the crosses with the mayo and the water. That signals level 2 is coming in. I personally don't use it. I don't need it anymore. It might be something you want to use as a newbie. We're going to do our blueberry, which is our 800 EMA. You want to be able to tell it apart from the water, but not too dark to see against your background. So that's the indicators for the top. Now we're going to do our TDI. I use mine on 21. Less M's and W's, more accurate signals. They're a little later than the lower RSI. You don't need to see it. We're going to do what we call the street. So I like to keep mine. We want to go to this moving average. This is our TDI setup. First line is going to be the 2. Our signal line is 7. Go to style. Your price line is the green on the TDI. Your signal line is going to be the red. Again, I don't use the labels or the value status to keep my chart clean as possible. We're going to go back to it, and you're going to click move to, and you're going to move to the existing pane below. This way it's not where your candlesticks are, but in your RSI. You're going to hit that, and you can see it move to the bottom with your RSI. Then we're going to do the Bollinger Bands. We could start off with the move to existing pane below. Move that to the bottom. We're going to go back to it and go to settings, and we're going to change the length to 34 and make it more specific. This is similar to the deviation that's on 2. I'm going to change that to 1.619. Go to style. I like my median to be kind of gold. This is your market baseline, and those are your Bollinger Bands. I'm going to uncheck these on every indicator. That's your indicator setup. To get more specific with how I set up my charts. Go to settings. I'm not going to do candles or anything. That's our preference. Once my indicators are set up, I don't like to see any of it on the chart. I'm not changing anything. So I'll uncheck all this. That way now it's all clear. And you can see the crosses. Like I said, you can make those bigger. They're real subtle. Actually, might make these a little bigger. I tend to see them easier. No body on my candles, because then they're hollowed out, and I can see the crosses that way. Status line. I'm gonna run down everything to make sure everything is exactly how I use it. I don't need this. Some people end up hitting that and it flips their chart and they're not sure what it is. That has the little A and L buttons on the right side of the panel. No overlapping labels. Count down the bar close. It shows when the candles are gonna close. Plus button that lets you hit the plus and set alerts or add whatever to your chart with the cursor. I don't use any of this. Set the high and the low. I use the value in the line, and I like mine's light blue. All of this is preference. When I hit OK, you see my high and low has been put on the chart. Make sure I set it. The canvas. This is our preference. I don't use grid lines. You want to make sure you turn on your session breaks. That shows when the day opens and closes, and the color you put this on is our preference. I don't like mine to be too noticeable, so I personally like my charts. The lines in the pane is the purple. That's what separates your chart, your top window from your bottom window. And this line here, That's the plus button, so you're able to use that. I'm gonna double check everything. There's also a settings wheel down here. You can get to it that way. Keep all of this the same. This is our preference. I like the symbol name. It made XAUSD pop up right here. I don't care to see the indicator values. I guess it's cool with me. Lines, that's all I need. That's pretty much it. At the $sign, there's another set of settings. Raise on the chart, that shows all the arrows of your past history. I turn that off so my chart isn't over cluttered. This is for newbies, but I like the one-click trading on. That's going to enter you into a trade as soon as you hit buy or sell. With that off, it's always going to ask you if you're sure, just in case you're not hitting it by mistake. That's why every time you see me showing screenshots or anything, I put it on full screen. Even with the Hakanashi candles, I don't turn this on. It'll have 3 lines. It gets kind of confusing. If you ever have issues with your chart, you can always reload the chart. Sometimes the indicators are out of place. The only way to tell that is by going to Trading View. You can go with that there. And that's pretty much it. I like to favorite my time frames. These are the ones I like. This is still our preference. My time frames up there. I also like Hakanashi candles. I'll start those, but it'll always be up here. I can switch back and forth as I want. You can go to the setting, and when you go to symbol, that will change what it looks like for the Hakanashi candles. And that's pretty much it. I'm gonna save a layout, do K&M for ketchup and mustard, save it. Then I'm gonna name my chart. That's it, fam. Hope this helps. Peace. Happy trading.